also for radio.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Robertland, YouTube TV, yo. I'm excited because I'm finally getting this YouTube up. We're going to have all 31 episodes up here soon when I can score some smack. But right now, I'm really excited because this is the first ever episode with video. We've got a lot of stuff going on in the show. We have sketches, and I do like a monologue for the podcast. So it's kind of difficult to have the entire show with video. But me in the interview with Mr. Joelberg Jiminez from Kill Tony is on here. The video is on here. So the first the monologue, some sketches, that's going to be just this frozen picture. But then the video of me and Joel will be here in beautiful YouTube, television, TV. So enjoy, folks. Welcome to Robertland.
Hey boys and girls, it's Wayman Waldo the 13th, president and face of Waldo's World, Alabama's premier amusement park. As you may know, our park is closed temporarily due to COVID-19, but that doesn't mean the fun and adventure of Waldo's World is finished. Following Disney's lead with updating and retheming some outdated and insensitive rides, we will also be updating some rides with visionary former Disney Imagineer, Tony Coppola.
Hey everyone, it's your old friend and disgraced former Imagineer, Tony Coppola. No relation. I'm 8 weeks sober and I'm full of brand new ideas to fix Waldo World, if you know what I mean. So the Gone with the Wind Mammy Jam Dance Party, presented by Aunt Jemima Syrup, was a little old-fashioned, so we brought it into the 21st century. Now, it's 12 Years a Slave, the 4D experience. You'll feel what it's like to be whipped by Michael Fassbender, this time in a non-sexual way.
Wow, fun and new adventures for the whole family. What else do we have coming up, Tony?
Our parachute ride had grown stale. That's why I removed the parachutes. Now, you can convince your children that they're about to die so that they can feel something in their otherwise bleak and meaningless existence.
Wow, that sure sounds like a hoot. What else do we have coming up, Tony?
Are you a rabid patriot? Do you love the Founding Fathers? Well, then this ride isn't for you. We decided to expose the myth that the Founding Fathers were great, bold, and noble men by showing them in their most compromised, weakest state. That's right, having a loose bowel movement in our new exhibit called The Defecation of Independence.
Wow, you heard it first. Waldo's World is changing the world for the better. Don't forget to go by Waldo's Wieners, open for curbside pickup.
You're listening to the Fuck Yeah Nation Network.
Welcome to Robertland. That's right, your favorite not safe for work comedy theme park podcast. And I'm your host, Robert Thompson, comedian, musician, theme park phonologist, dork. Hey everyone, hope y'all are staying cool, staying safe out there. It is a very wild time right now. Some theme parks are reopening, some big ones like Disney World, which is fucking crazy because it's the middle of a pandemic. But all I ask is all you guys stay safe out there, you know, when you go out to these theme parks, the ones that are reopening. Maybe wear like a plastic bag over your head and tape it. I don't know, man. Do whatever you need to do because I love you. And I want all of us to join hands and sing Kumbaya together at Six Flags or some shit. But, man, we've got a hell of a show today. We've got Joelberg Jiminez from the Kill Tony podcast. Holy smokes! He's one of the band members. He plays drums and different characters every week on that show. And man, me and him talk all about life and theme parks, and it sure is a ball. But that isn't it, guys. We've also got a theme park round trivia lightning thing with me and Mr. Atif Myers, who's one of my favorite guests on the show. He is a fantabulous comedian as well, and I pick his brain at some theme park knowledge, so stay tuned for that, guys. Man, it is a great day here at Robertland. I was in a major car accident the other day, and boy, I am glad to be alive and be reporting to you guys right now. So all I'm saying, guys, is praise be Zeus. And we're going to bring you some lightning bolts and shit in this episode. I mean, Zeus, he bestowed upon me some fucking magic with this one, guys. So get ready, because right now we're going to go to my favorite segment of the show, Theme Park Memories, where you folks, you magical legions of listeners out there, leave us some of your favorite theme park memories. So sit back and relax and enjoy some theme park memories.
Theme park memories.
One time I was at Universal Studios at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and I could have sworn I saw Ron Weasley himself, or was it Ed Sheeran? I don't know. It was one of those red-haired ginger things was there.
Theme park memories.
I was 18 or 19, and a group of friends of mine decided to go to the Magic Mountains. But before we went in, we took a bunch of magic mushrooms. It made the 45-minute wait for Goliath feel like, a lifetime. And I started peeking when we got on the ride, and me and my friend sat in the very front of the ride, and he's Mexican, but he has long hair and big features. He looked like a Native American, and on the ride, it felt like we were hunting on the back of a buffalo, and I look over and I see him, and he's just this Native American, and I feel like we're chasing something, and I'm freaking out, and the ride hasn't even started, but once we get off the ride, I feel like we just accomplished something. I felt like a big sense of accomplishment, even though we didn't get whatever we were hunting for, and I feel like that is one of those memories I'll cherish forever.
Theme park memories.
My theme park memory happened at SeaWorld. It's not necessarily the happiest memory, but one that really brings shame to my family. What happened was we were watching a Circus Soleil water show, and they pulled my dad from the audience to be in it. They put him in a hamster ball on the water and made him race another dad in his own hamster ball. My dad lost. He fell down multiple times, and it was really embarrassing. I watched 200 people laugh and make fun of my dad, and I really couldn't look at him for the rest of the day. I thought he was stronger than that. I thought he would bring my family honor, but really, we all just hung our heads down in shame because our dad was a loser that day.
Theme park memories.
Hi, hi. So, as you know, I've been victimized many times throughout my life, and I like to think of myself as a victim, and I feel like it empowers me to realize I'm a victim, and this particular complaint is about a time that I was actually at Knott's Berry Farm, and I do enjoy funnel cakes, although they do give me gastrointestinal problems. I have celiacs and many ailments where I'm not supposed to eat them, but I love funnel cakes. And I was in line for a funnel cake, and while I was in line, I had made the decision to go to one of the shows, and I'm very much into theater. And what happened was I went to this show, and Snoopy picked Joel Jiminez to go up on stage, but I was raising my hand much harder and heavier and higher and stronger with much more pride, and it offended me quite much that he picked Joel. And Joel went up and did his thing, and I personally thought it was entertaining. But when Joel got off stage, I confronted him, and I didn't say anything to confront him, but I stared at him for a while from behind a bigger, stronger man. And when Joel walked past me, he tried to shake my hand and say hello, and I'm not sure what got into him, but he pulled out his pants down, and he had a purple, a rubbery purplish genital that he smacked me in the face with, and I had to have dental reconstructive surgery because of what Joel did to me when he dildo smacked my wisdom tooth. And even now, as I'm talking, you can tell that my voice just isn't the same. It isn't the same. It isn't the same. It's not right. It's not right what he did. I'm canceling Joel. Joel, you're canceled. Joel Jiminez. You're canceled, Joelberg. You're done, Joelberg. My tooth. You did this to me.
Theme park memories.
Mr. Robert Thompson. Okay, Mr. Robert. Mr. Hefe, huge fan. I'm a comedian who grew up playing in punk bands, so I have a lot of love for NoFX. I have an NSFU comedy theme park podcast. That's pretty cool, dude. Could you congratulate my podcast on 31 episodes and share a quick theme park memory for the pod? All right. Thank you, my man. What's up, Robert Thompson? That's cool you're into comedy. I'm into comedy. Yeah, lots of fun. Fun for everyone. Cool. What's the name of your podcast? This is El Jefe here, and I'd like to congratulate NSFW on 31 episodes of their theme park podcast. Comedy Theme Park Podcast. Let me see. I have a memory of a theme park. I was young. I remember probably like a freshman in high school. And I remember I was in Sacramento, South Sacramento, and I went to this local theme park they had set up in the parking lot of the mall. And there was a girl I was trying to impress, and I had a few of my buddies. And we were trying to figure out who wanted to go on the scariest ride. And they had a ride called The Zipper. I don't know if you're familiar with The Zipper. The Zipper is a gnarly ride. You're in these little cages that swivel, and they go up and around like in this long oval, like a zipper type thing. And they're like, and they're spinning. And there was this girl I was trying to impress, and I remember I was like, hey, you want to go on the zipper? And I'm like, oh my God, that's too scary. I would never. I'm like, well, I'm not afraid. And I go on this zipper, and it was so freaking scary, and it made me so sick. And I got off the ride just like out of my mind and wobbling and dizzy as fuck, and just threw up all over the place like 3-4 times in a row. I was so embarrassed. Ugh, I'll never try to be cool again. No, sir. I'm going to stick to being a nerd. Congratulations, Robert Thompson, on 31 episodes of the NSFW Comedy Theme Park Podcast.
Theme park memories.
Oh, them theme park memories gonna make me cry, they will. Man, can you guys believe it? El Jefe from NoFX. No way. We're really doing it, guys. Well, here's my favorite segment of the show. We're gonna call our friend Mr. Tiff Myers and pick his brain at some theme park trivia. So here's me and a Tiff. What's up, a Tiff? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, coolio. All right. Yes, we are good. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
I am doing all right. Getting in car crashes and it's my favorite thing. I just
go to Disney opening day.
Oh no, it opened in Florida, and it is open. The downtown Disney's open here, but apparently it is. I mean, even if I were to go and enjoy some Disney-esque fun, I think I'd also enjoy some COVID on the side of that. But yeah, it's It's crazy, man. I know some people that work there, and they're sharing a picture of COVID balls shaping Mickey's logo. So yeah, man, it's crazy. It's open in Florida, and Downtown Disney's open here. So I don't know, man. That's a little freaky deaky right now.
Yeah, no, it's not worth it.
No. I think it'll be nice to go. It's kind of like, when you go to a funeral and you don't really want to see the body. You know what I mean? Like that's exactly what this is. It's like I kind of remember them when they weren't filled with a disease killing the population. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Absolutely.
But in that case, man, I'm excited because this is one of my favorite segments. I think all the segments of my show are my favorite, but this is lightning round fast trivia McGillicuddy. I haven't thought of a name for this yet, but it's let's call it Trivia Central. Yo,
yeah.
All right, cool. Okay, this is your first question. So I'm going to give you A, B, and C answers, and you pick which one you think is real.
Deal.
All right. So, okay, what was the first ride at Universal Studios Orlando? A, Kongfrontation with King Kong. B, the Simpsons ride. Or C, the Golden Girls stunt show. Oh, Golden Shower stunt show.
Oh, A.
A? Oh man, you got that. Whoa. I know that was a
tough one.
That was an easy one. I'm trying to ease you up, my friend. But Golden Girls, I fucked up my own dumb joke. And I'll be honest with you, I wrote these on my hand because I thought we were doing a video. And I didn't want to be looking.
Oh.
Yeah. So I look like
you look like a weird memento right now.
Oh yes. I look like I'm in a Christopher Nolan movie right now. But yeah, Golden Girls Golden Shower Stunt Show is what I meant to say, but that was kind of wiped off with hand sanitizer. So
it was probably better than the Twister ride.
Oh yes, yeah, dude. They had a Twister.
It's so fucking bad.
Do you? So were you like startled by the special effects? Or you're like, oh, this is dog shit. I'm not really amazed by Twister.
I went there like, 8 or 9 years ago, maybe 10 years ago at this point.
Yeah. And
I was like, this is the worst fucking special effects. Because you come out of the Spider-Man ride, you're like, this is dope.
Oh,
Twister,
hell yeah.
You stand on a platform, then a fucking plastic cow goes flying by you, and then a platform shakes. And they're like, that's Twister. And then you leave.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think some people get away with anything at these pitch meetings, Like I think it's someone's nephew, like it's like a favor, like just give him a ride, let him
Hipster irony at this point, how bad it is.
Yeah, no, that's pretty funny, man. Well, let's see if you get this next one here.
Deal.
All right. So, how much was the cost of admission at Disneyland when it first opened? A, $1, B, 50 cents, or C, 10 cents?
It opened what, the 50s?
Yep, 1955.
I would say 50 cents. I mean, comic books were like 8 cents back then, so I go 50 cents.
Oh man, close. $1.
Really?
Yep. That's kind of pricey for 1955, from what it seems like. Yeah.
I was basing off comic books. Comic books back until like the 70s were like 25 cents.
No way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny too is it was $1 to get in, but then they had all the rides you had to get like ticket books, like a carnival. Like it wasn't until the 80s. Yeah. It wasn't until the 80s where you paid the fee and you got to go on everything. But like, yeah, it's kind of a trip. So they actually have like rare like A, B, C, E, D, whatever. I forget the fucking alphabet. The car crash has done a number on me at TIFF.
Oh, good. I wasn't judging.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm judging myself, man. I'm getting really introspective lately.
Oh no.
No, but I think it's OCD, but I don't think it's anything to do with being self-reflective. But yeah, so it was a fucking $1, man. Wow. Okay, so this is your final question. All right. Which one of these movies didn't have a theme park ride? All right. So, A, Neverending Story, B, Lethal Weapon, or C, Dawn of the Dead?
I'd say Neverending Story. That's probably so wrong. That's probably the wrongest answer.
Well, my friend, it is the wrongest. They did have a Neverending Story ride in
Where?
In Germany.
They would have in fucking Germany. Okay.
But no, dude, it is weird, man, because that blew my mind when I found out about that. So Neverending Story and Lethal Weapon had rides in this Warner Brothers park in Germany. But
weird.
Yeah, man, there was a Lethal Weapon roller coaster that looked fucking dope. It looked like a Six Flags roller coaster.
See, I get that. Lethal Weapon one seems like it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead, I figured they'd do something like Halloween.
Yeah. So I wanted that one to be kind of tough because Dawn of the Dead, it's a possibility at like a horror nights or
Yes.
I mean, Dawn of the Dead is coming to Disneyland with all the people that are going to be dying and bleeding out bleeding their lungs out. Dude, you know what trips me out about 100 years ago with baseball and the fucking Spanish flu? Speaking of viruses, dude, the fact that Babe Ruth got the Spanish flu twice and still finished the season with like where he it was the first time he was a batter. Like it was the first time he actually.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
really?
and he I think he hit 11 home runs. It's like so nuts because Spanish flu, you'd bleed out your eyes and so.
Jeez.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like people back then were made of something, and I don't know, man. I think
Less
they were
preservatives.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Stronger immune systems.
That's true. They had stronger immune systems. I think they also were exposed to like harsh conditions. I feel
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything to do with it. Well, I mean, we're obviously both doctors, but I think maybe that has something to do with it. But dude, I appreciate you doing this, man. Theme park.
Of course, thank you.
Trivia. Oh, of course, dude. Well, hopefully one of these days we'll be doing stand up, without death being involved or the possibility of it. But
so.
For now, man, we'll just keep on dreaming and living,
Deal.
Never die, dog. Just keep it strong. I don't know. These they gave me really loopy medicine actually for my car crash.
Really?
Yeah. Ibuprofen. Fucking does it, man. Gets me all. No, but thank you, brother. And we're gonna go to our next segment right now.
Here's your theme park minute with Eddie Buckler.
This is Theme Park Minute with Eddie Buckler. Disneyland's iconic Sleeping Beauty Castle holds a time capsule. Buried there in 1995 to celebrate the park's 40th anniversary, the contents of the capsule are mysterious, but they will be unveiled on the park's 80th birthday on July 17th, 2035. So some people legit think this is going to be some kind of holy grail. My boy Chalmers, he's got some inside info that they're going to drop a load of evidence of an alien base under Disneyland. Who really knows? Only Jah.
Bet you didn't know that, did you? Well, here I am with me and Mr. Joel Jiminez.
Joelberg. What's up, dude?
Yeah, not much. Here we are, dude.
I know.
Man. Those glasses are very Kanye West of you. But also reminds me of the Stronger video. And if that what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. And I'm a big believer in that.
Oh, dude, that's good, man. Yeah, that should be his political slogan. It doesn't kill me, makes me stronger. I've heard that song a couple times. It's a jam, dude.
Work it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes us stronger. It says that recording just started. Whatever.
Yeah,
I'm not doing it.
It's been going, I think. We're using a second-rate, Zoom, but it's punk, like we said, it's fun, dude. Man, this is exciting, Joel. You're the first video podcast I'm attempting for Robertland. So, man.
Thank you, dude. I think I got the face for it, dude. A voice for radio. They say I got a voice for radio and a face also for radio.
Oh no, dude, the Bella de Ball, man. You got them
wow.
both. So we've talked about theme parks before, and you were talking about we both grew up in Southern California, and they're obviously it's a hotbed for coronavirus and amusement parks at the moment. But amusement parks that are closed because of the coronavirus, whatever. This is about our memories, and Disneyland it's the OG, dude. It's like one of those things that we have on the West Coast that's like first. It's kind of trippy.
Yeah.
You go anywhere else, but like Disneyland, obviously, you got Knott's. But we talked a little bit about like those neighborhood amusement parks, like Boomers or like Scandias and stuff.
Yeah, Pharaoh's Lost Kingdom.
Oh, dude, yeah, you get down there, man. You have any fun stories from Scandia or any of those places?
No, I never went. I just remember like my cousins lived there, so we would pass by it and I would ask them about it. And then I grew up a block away from a rec center, and they would take like field trips over the summer. And so I remember Scandia and Pharaoh's being one of the field trips. I think I mentioned to you that like when I was a kid, like slang for making out was called scamming. Like they'd be like, yeah, she said she wants to scam, or like, what's up with the scam? And then so my cousin would call it scamdia.
Oh,
so
dude.
That's
clever. I like that.
I got a question for you. Do they sell? I mean, this is a dumb question because obviously they sell alcohol at Scandia and Pharaoh's Lost Kingdom, right?
Oh, dude, totally. Yeah, you can get loaded at those places. Yeah. They're I mean, either way, there's like people are tailgating. There's 40s in the parking lot, and it's pretty dope, dude. I went actually to Scandia like as an adult, like a couple years ago with a girlfriend, and I literally thought I was gonna fucking die, dude. Not because of like the clientele or I'm not, I wasn't pulling a Karen or whatever, but like, dude, the ride that they have at the Scandia in Ontario is literally like it is holding up by like a fucking string, dude. It is so
my god.
But I kind of liked it. It was like this actually felt like death defying, like a roller coaster back in like 1908, where you could get like swine flu or whatever, Spanish flu, and almost die on a roller coaster. It kind of had that vibe to it, but it's got charm, Some of those places.
I think the word you're looking for is real danger. Like,
yeah, that's true.
That's what like I like about roller coasters, or like I'm a big fan of like haunted houses and stuff, is like this controlled chaos sort of thing where like it's fear, but you're not actually gonna die. Where a place like that, you're crossing the line a little bit, where it's like you are rolling the dice,
Oh, totally. Yeah. And that's what makes them exciting. Like, I don't know if you've heard about Action Park. Johnny Knoxville made a movie about it. And
that's
like,
right. Yeah.
Where I think he like sprained his eye socket during the making of the movie, which is probably staying true to how brutal that park was. But dude, they had an upside down log ride. They had a log ride to the fucking loop. Yeah,
that's insane.
It's so dope.
Wait, so it's just literally like centrifugal force that takes you around.
Yeah.
The loop.
So nuts,
what the
dude.
fuck? I'm gonna Google this, dude.
Man. Action Park, I think to this day has the most deaths at an amusement park, and it was in New Jersey.
And the award goes to.
And the award
you know
goes
what?
to Action Park.
There are places that like actually have like pride in that. They're like, dude, we have the most deaths. Like,
oh yeah, the fucking Action Park, man. We got the best salami, got the best deaths. Yeah, no, dude.
It almost sounds like a Trump campaign. He's like, look, we have the most deaths. We have the greatest deaths in the U.S. We have the most. We're winning with deaths.
That sounds like him right now.
Hey, could you imagine a Trump theme park?
Oh yeah, dude. It would be just as dangerous as all those. It'd be so ridiculous. Oh god.
Yeah, you can't get in if you're brown. There'd be a wall in the front of it. You can't even get in.
Oh god.
They have like a roller coaster you get on and it just deports you. You do like a loop-de-loop and then you're back in Mexico. It's called like the go home.
They have like like the Incredible Moments with Mr. Lincoln at Disneyland, where it's the animatronic Lincoln, and it's like Like I almost cried during that, dude. They had like a Civil War song where it was like brother against brother, and it's like this. It was like
oh man,
all emotional, and I could see Trump having like his own dedication, like his own robot, like him just being a fucking superhero.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but just like with the Trump hair. It's like how he sees himself.
Yeah. He's like riding a dinosaur with like a machine gun. He's all ripped. Yeah, I could, dude. he
At the end, he just beats the shit out of Putin and like a bunch of like Mexicans.
No, dude, that is so something I could see. He actually, I don't know if you know, in Florida they have the Hall of Presidents, where it's like the Lincoln thing, but like all the presidents.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. And so they added him like, 2-3 years ago, dude. It's so goofy. It looks like Hillary. Like they thought Hillary, like most everyone did, was gonna win, but they just slapped like Trump hair.
Oh, that's funny.
Dude,
so it's Hillary.
Yeah. He can grab himself by the pussy right there. Ooh, yeah. He looks funky.
This is completely left field, but this reminds me of like when like the Super Bowl or World Series when they print shirts for both teams and like whatever team doesn't lose, they just like send them to like Uganda or something.
Yeah, some like third world country. Got like a Dodgers 2018 shirt or whatever, which is what.
You didn't have to bring that.
I know.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm with you, man. Didn't we find out like both of those World Series they should have won? Like they cheated on both those. Not Dodgers,
Houston cheated. I said that in Houston. I was like, "That's right, you cheaters!" And they started.
That's hilarious,
dude.
It
was great. I love Houston. I mean, not the team, but Houston's a good place.
Yeah. I've spent some time there. Actually, I was like a roadie on Warped Tour, and all throughout Texas, everyone shit on Houston. They were all like, "Oh man, where you guys going next?" And we're like, "Oh, Houston." Like, "Oh, I'm sorry, that place is a butthole." Like everyone hated Houston.
Damn, Houston's dope.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah,
rad.
I've had a lot of fun there. Mind you, like I have friends there, and like when we get there, people are really happy that we're there. So my like version of Houston is very like biased.
Oh, totally. Yeah. That's a lot of places to me. That's like me and.
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah. That's like me and Barstow, dude. Some people hate on that place. That Del Taco, man. They just make those whitewash tacos super delicious at that one, dude. I don't know. It's like have you ever been to like the McDonald's in Downey? I know this is like such a
thank God.
All right, this is like my pre-diabetes talking, Mr. Joel, but they have like a little museum for McDonald's up in there, and it is like the best fucking McNuggets I've ever had. I don't know what they do to prepare it, but I think it's like it's the OG, so they gotta like make it good. I don't know. It is. I think
it's like the experience. It's the experience of it all. Like I remember they did this this taste test with people. They had them taste, and then we'll get back to theme parks. I promise for everybody out there listening that's here for that hot spicy content. So they did this test where they would give people real maple syrup and then artificial maple syrup. I think like almost everybody said the artificial, and it was because that's what they grew up like eating. So in their brain, it registers as like the way syrup is supposed to taste. So I wonder if like a lot of our experiences are colored, or our taste and stuff is colored by the experience as well of, everything else.
Yeah. Oh, totally. The banana flavoring. I don't know if you've heard about this, but like. Yeah. I don't know if you heard about how that's like old school bananas. That's how like bananas used to taste.
Yeah.
And that's why we're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and then
it doesn't taste like bananas.
For sure, yeah, bananas have changed. I think there's that. I mean, corn is like totally different than it was, before. But speaking of that, I mean, that's like I go to Disneyland. I'm always like, the corn dogs, they're fucking amazing.
Totally.
Like, and it's just because when I was like a kid, like me and my mom would get the fucking corn dogs or the Dole Whip, right? Like, it's fucking it's good.
So like, obviously Disneyland's a huge part. If you live in California, it's like. Because some people don't get it, like oh, what are these adults like doing when we go to theme parks? But I mean,
they hate on it so much.
Especially like the thing that I don't get is like if you're like an artist at all, like not to sound like a pretentious Peter McGee here, but like if you have an imagination, like I think that there's something about it you can appreciate. Like, yeah, there's like, Jimmy McRealism that's not gonna always like that, but like there's something about like the perfection there. Like I heard Salvador Dali actually was like a huge fan of Disneyland because he was homies with Walt Disney. They like
really, that makes sense.
And he said like this place is perfection, and that's what's crazy about it, because it is like controlled to a fucking T. It's nuts. Like the stuff that they do there for your experience. Like I don't know, like I mean, everything from the food smells, like those popcorn smells they crank out, or like the forest perspective and stuff.
Yeah, I love it, man. I told you that last week. Yeah, like when I get there, it smells the same way that it did when I was a kid, and that's something that I really, really love about it. You've probably seen that thing on Disney Plus about the Imagineers and the whole like building of it. I thought there was speaking about like artist stuff. It's like I heard that instead of hiring architects, he hired like art designers or whatever, right? So they drew up these concepts and then they figured out how to build those things rather than the other way around, which would have made it you see that all the time. It's like he started with dreams and then figured out how to engineer those dreams rather than starting with engineering and then having to cover up like stale ass engineering with dreams. It's like,
dude,
I love it, dude.
Yeah, totally. And I think like a lot of people get in their heads about, like, obviously Walt Disney was already established. I mean, when he did Disneyland, it was a big gamble. Like they had all those sponsors and stuff, which is so weird to think, like, having to get a fucking sponsor for Disneyland, but like it was something he had to do because it was a gamble. He was a fucking pioneer making this amazing amusement park. But like to think like, a lot of people kind of they let they kind of hinder their dreams because they think it's unattainable. But like I think it's one thing that I'm thankful for growing up with like public access and like and like punk rock stuff and like just like DIY kind of ethics is like you could really do whatever if you have an imagination, like just fucking do it. Especially with the technology we have now, dude. It's insane. Like I used to edit videos for public access with like 2 VHS players on top of each other, or 2 VCRs on top of each other. I mean, you just got to find a way. No matter, like, there's these 2 guys that direct really shitty movies, but they're these Mormon brothers. They got mustaches, look like total like pedophiles, but they make these crazy movies with like action figures and like for no money. I forget the name. One's called Feeders, but it used to be like it actually was a huge sell at Blockbuster. People would like rent that movie all the time and shit. It's just, I know, imagination, I feel like, as like corny and fucking goofy as it sounds, I mean, it's important, man.
You know what? Here's the thing. Like I'm sort of like, the older I get, the more like I get, I'm trying to be a human being with my own thoughts instead of just regurgitating what I hear and stuff. I'm like imagination to me is one of the most important things for like, and this is a grandiose statement, but like for survival, for happiness, for like, it matters so much, dude. And I've worked with people that almost, they have imaginations, but they've sort of been, they've come up in this like very rigid system where like, they got to have like the perfect sound or the perfect camera or the perfect this. And I'm like, dude, fuck it. We'll overdub the sound. We'll shoot it like this. Who cares? It'll have an aesthetic, whether or not it's quote unquote good or 4K HD. It's like, maybe whatever this aesthetic is will be cool. And then that dictates whatever the cool thing is. I mean, look at like Eric Andre's show or like Tim and Eric, like that stuff was, lo-fi, but it ended up like spawning a whole like generation of like kids who like this weird shit. Action Bronson did the Ancient Aliens, like I don't know, there's this great Beastie Boys video with Spike Jonze made with it's Beastie Boys and Santi Gold. It's called Don't Play No Game I Can't Win. And it's basically action figures. It's like action figures and stuff, and you can see the hands moving the action figures, but you buy into the dream, you buy into the vibe of the actual video. You accept it as like this living world. And sometimes I get frustrated with people that need everything to be perfect, because in my head it's almost cooler to say here's what it is. If you try to make a good movie on a low budget, people can tell it's low budget. Where if you try to if you just accept that it's low budget and you sort of embrace that, then you make something that's totally cool and sort of like doesn't take itself serious. I think people are more willing to like accept that into their hearts and like become fans of it than going like, you see this low budget piece of shit, instead of like, we're a low budget piece of shit, fuck with us, you know?
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know. Sorry, that's a rant. But
No, dude, this is great. Yeah, like Clerks is like a prime example of that, dude. Like, think about that.
Exactly.
It was the mid '90s. You already had Jurassic Park, all these crazy movies, but like it was just a black and white movie with a few people, and it's just the idea, the concept sold that movie of, you know, the genius of Kevin Smith. But like, yeah, dude, I'm a firm believer in just going out there and doing it, and I think that's one thing that I'm super thankful for, because, dude, and like we're saying about imagination, like that almost keeps me sane, being insane, you know, like sort of having that.
Absolutely, dude. Yeah, dude.
Because, like, you know, we all have to do shit we don't want to do. It's a part of life. Like at work, like I used to always pretend there was like a zombie breakout and like what the fuck I'd do if it happened. Like, you know, who do I take out? How do I get out of here? Like shit like that. Just me. I'm always gonna find a way to entertain myself. Like making those Will videos, the door greeter.
It's almost a survivor skill, dude.
Oh yeah. We need it, man. Yeah, but it's the thing I was getting at was like Walt Disney had this concept called like I think this blue sky. Have you heard about that? Blue sky. I think we talk about Imagineering, where it's like just any like the sky's the limit basically with ideas. You just fucking he encouraged the Imagineers to think if there was no limit on the budget, like just do whatever. And some gnarly stuff can come out of that. Dude, yeah, they have blue sky. That's it. Yeah, it's which is like, you know,
what's funny? Like, there's also the opposite of. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, well, like, I mean, that, like, I used to do that a lot too at times, because I'd always be like, oh, I'm limited. I can't do some of these things I want to do, and you know, that's just, I don't know, that's the enemy, dude. It's like there's ways to be practical, but I don't know. Yeah, it's all in how you approach it. But like you were saying though, with the blue sky.
Yeah, I was thinking like, you know, maybe whenever you're writing a sketch or something, you write it like money is no option. But then when you start to figure out how to attack it, you think about money being an option. You can kind of shape that with whatever the means that you have. I mean, like, yeah, dude, it's a trip. I'm working on doing like a background for my podcast. It's like, so immediately, you know, I'm just like I was talking to my mom about it. She's pretty resourceful. Like she used to make all my costumes as a kid. She knew how to use a sewing machine and stuff. I think that was a big influence, you know. And she's like, well, you know, you can go get like one of those, you know, when you're in high school and you do like a science project and they sell those like science project things, you know, like they're like cardboard, you know, they fold. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So she's like, just get one of those. You can put it behind you and you can decorate it however you want. So I've yet to like get into how I'm going to do. I might just end up doing like poster boards, but it's just funny. It's cool to like think like, man, I can literally do this with paper, and on camera it'll look fucking sick, and it'll be good, man. It's fun. And then, you know, when I was a kid, like back to the theme park, you mentioned Jurassic Park, one of my favorite rides like ever, dude. That's another place where like the smell of the water on that ride is like it activates so many thoughts in my mind.
Oh yeah.
And have you ridden the new one? It's cool.
I
like
get
it.
to go on Jurassic World yet, but yeah, no, I heard it's pretty gnarly. But you know what's crazy about that ride, Jurassic Park, is that was actually built like before the movie was done. You know that they actually made that ride before the movie was out, which is so crazy. But it's like,
well, like in '93 or something. Is that when it came out?
Yeah, '93. But the ride they started building in '91, I think, and like it was already like being tested. Yeah, dude. Because I mean, Spielberg. Then I mean, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. Spielberg doing a dinosaur movie. They had complete faith in it, and I don't know if dude.
Oh my God! Can you imagine, dude? Like
I know, dude.
Having that card.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. And what's crazy is I don't know if you remember, because we're pretty much the same, mate. Like, like when that ride came out, I heard all these rumors at school that that kids were saying that someone died when they're testing the ride out.
Yeah.
Someone flew in the T-Rex's mouth.
I remember that.
Yeah. Everyone said that. I don't think I've looked it up. I don't think that happened. I think someone did die, but it wasn't that brutal. But everyone's like, yeah, he fucking flew out right into his mouth. He got his balls chopped off.
No, I heard that. I heard that like they had trouble like with the boat timings, and then like I guess a boat had come down, and then another one came down, and they hit the other one, and maybe somebody got their back fucked up, or so there were like a few bugs in the ride. But I never heard. I didn't hear anybody like died. I knew that the first week, like I feel like, and I may have made this up in my mind, but I remember maybe like a news story that like the first few whatever, and my whole life I've remembered this because I was like, oh, you never ride a ride the first week that it opens. You got to like wait a little bit.
Yeah. It's funny because like, I mean, you could have the most like professional like builders, and it's still a risk. I mean, things can go haywire. Like not Matterhorn, Thunder Mountain. I don't know if you remember that. Like in early thousands. This is a trip. My brother was at Disneyland for his like graduation week, and we didn't have grad night there like every other high school, which was like amazing. But I went to one. Okay. Oh, you did to a grad night at Disneyland?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got invited. It wasn't my high school, but I went, and it's all night thing. All the rides smell like weed inside. It's a fucking. It's kind of a trip, dude. People are smoking inside the rides and stuff. It's pretty trippy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like where innocence is lost or something. But my buddy who worked at Disney told me that they had prepped the employees there that like, oh, if when Compton comes in, when East LA, or like they stereotype the kids like, oh, they're gonna be hellions. But it was always the rich cities that had the most obnoxious kids, I guess. Like they said, like Laguna Beach, or
of course.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny, but
you know what's funny? Oh, go ahead. You finish your story, and then remind me about being profiled at the entrance. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh shit. Well, I was gonna say like there was I don't know if you remember when they had like the all-nighter, like it was 24 hours for the Lunar New Year, whatever leap year they did.
Okay.
Year,
no.
Like 7 years ago or something, they did a all-nighter at Disneyland, and I just went for the spectacle. But it was max capacity. Like I got there, it looked like the end of the world. Like they had a megaphone, and the employees were telling everyone like, leave. Like this place is full. Like I felt like it was the last day it was open or something. It was fucking slammed, dude. Oh, and this was nuts because I saw like all the rides were 120 minutes at least. Like even the shittiest, Goofy's Flight School was like, it's fucking 5 hours. But there's this family complaining, not family, it was these like grown ass people, right? And they're like, man, everything was fine today until all these fucking kids showed up. Like they're complaining about the kids getting off school and coming to fuck up. Like what the irony in that? But it shows like the difference between, because there's some people that are like, like we were saying, like they take the fandom to like, almost like a perverse like, level where they're like foaming at the mouth, at like, oh, they changed the pumpkin in front of Toontown this year. Oh, like blowing a load over that. But
this is bullshit.
Yeah. I went with a friend that threw a crazy fit because he was into Vinylmations, those little figures. Like those. I don't know if you've seen those, but like I didn't know that there was this whole world, this underground world of like trading pins and like the figures and shit.
Oh yeah,
like, there's people that take that level, and I used to go with the boys or my like family as a kid, and you have fun. You get the churros, you go on the rides. There's enough there for me to love. But when I went with one of my friends who's he's a character, he's a good dude, but holy shit, dude, he threw a fit when they had a Vinylmation thing where you could trade Vinylmations, and it was supposed to be a surprise what you got. And he got some like 4th of July Mickey thing, and I saw him go apeshit because that was like his thing. It was this whole other world I didn't know that existed at Disneyland, but yeah, it's crazy.
Holy shit, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna Google that Vinylmation.
Yeah.
I went. Oh, it's so crazy. I can't. Some of those things are like, there's too much emotion around them where like I don't even fuck with it because it's like, you know, I've had times where I want to go to a concert and I know how many people want tickets to that, so I just go, you know what, I'm not gonna deal with it. I don't feel like fucking, I don't like the like that feeling of like I gotta get it. Like I think it's like Black Friday shit where it turns people into psychos where they're killing people for TVs and stuff. I don't know. I just can't do it. Yeah, whatever. You've seen that.
Yeah.
I when I was a kid, I went to Magic Mountain one time, and I had just like shaved my head. I was bald, and I was going through like some like hip hop phase, like had you know like a maybe like a Echo Polo or some shit on. I was bald, and then I was going in. I don't mean hip hop as like a you know what I mean. Like I was I was like trying to dress like that. I was sort of whatever, and I remember the security guards like checking us like extra. Like I think we may have had like I had like a pipe in my shoe or something, like a glass pipe. We get into Magic Mountain and we're like, oh fuck, we made it through. And then the security was like, hey, where are you guys from? And I was like, oh, like LA. And he's like, no, where are you from? Like what neighborhood? And I was like, what? Like, is he asking me if I bang? Like, because I was like bald, I had like a polo, I guess maybe buttoned up or something. But it was interesting because I'm sure Magic Mountain has had a lot of cholo fights, you know.
Dude.
But it was just weird. It's weird because I'm such a fucking like nerd, you know.
Yeah, there's cholo fight compilations from Magic Mountain, I think, like online probably.
Hilarious. That's funny.
Dude. Yeah, and
that's I had a joke in my act. I had a joke in my act about how my favorite thing was going to like Not Scary Farm, and seeing cholos because they're all just standing outside the mazes going, it wasn't even scary, fool.
Dude,
it wasn't even scary, fool. I almost knocked that fool, eh?
That's always the sentiment, dude. Every time there's always guys that go there like just not to be scared. I'm like, that's what you want, right? I don't get it. Like, it's hilarious. I love that shit. Yeah.
If I'm paying $70 for a ticket, I'm letting myself go, dude. I'm gonna scream like a girl. I want my money's worth.
Yeah. Oh, totally, dude. I went with my friend, dude, who's pretty funny. He's kind of close to that. He's he called this woman at a Not Scary Farm maze, Hillary Clinton, and she like snapped on him, dude. She was pissed, and I forgot we were in like Orange County, so she was probably like not a fan of Hillary. But I'll never forget that this vampire chick breaking character because he called her Hillary Clinton. But I would get stopped when I go to Not Scary Farm because of my height. Like they always break character to tell me how tall I was. And it was like I was in the clown maze at Knott's, and this dude was like, "Hey fool," like because you're not supposed to talk on him. He's like, "Man, fool, what do they feed you, dog?" And I'm like, fuck, man, try to scare me. That's what I'm paying for, you know. Do your job. Like,
they're like, "We're scared of you, fool."
Yeah, I know. It was like the characters always come up to me and like, you know, fucking compare our heights. It's kind of funny, but man, you went to
I got a funny story about Magic Mountain's Halloween thing when I was a kid. So I went, you know, like after a certain time they let like the zombies and stuff going around in the park like after dark.
Yeah,
and
get like a leash,
my
right? Like
cousin and her friend. Yeah. So I was there with my mom. It was me, my mom, like her friend, and then my cousin and her friend. And I think I brought like a friend of mine. And there was only one haunted house at the time, like because Magic Mountain doesn't really. They had like one spot that was like designated haunted house, and then the rest of the creatures would just roam the fucking park. But I remember like being the friend I brought was like, "Yo, let's go to the haunted house," and I was like not having it as a kid. I was like maybe 8 or 9, maybe 10, and so he went with my cousin, my older cousin, and her friend to go into the haunted house, and I'm like a nerd sitting with my mom, like I didn't want to go, and all of a sudden like I turned around and there was this dude like in an armor suit like walking around, and then there was I turn and there's like a witch sitting next to me, and I like freaked the fuck out, and I think they saw how scared I was, so they ended up like coming and like hanging out with me and being like, we're your friend, like all this. And so like my friend comes back and I'm chilling with like these like 4 monsters, and I was like, yeah, they're my buddies. Like I was like, it was so cool of them to do that. I look back on it, they like really like took the time to sort of like chill with me and like empower me to feel like I was like a part of the thing. So they were probably just teenagers working a fucking job, seasonal job, and like who knows, whatever. But I'll always remember that. It made me feel super cool.
Yeah, dude. The crazy thing is like, you know, I know a few people that do that. I'm sure we all know someone that like has done the scary like farm or like done that for a job. And I actually the guy I had in the last Ebola video that was a werewolf. He like did that forever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he did that for years. So that werewolf thing was actually a mask that he'd wear. But yeah, he had like so many ideas and like thoughts about it, and like it shows that they actually like some people really care about that stuff, and they want to make you like feel like you're immersed. And it's crazy. Actually, Tiff Myers was on the podcast, and he talked.
I love that guy. Damn, I haven't seen him in forever, dude.
Dude, the episode that we did, he revealed some because he lived in the Middle East, so he went to the Middle Eastern amusement parks, right? Which are fucking nuts. They're all insane. But then he, grew up in DC as well. So I guess when he went to Fright Fest at Six Flags over there, some dude, was doing his job as like a demon with a chainsaw, and he like busted out on this like just gangster dude. And I guess he's like, oh no, because he scared the gangster. He's like, oh no, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna get my gun and I'm gonna shoot you. That's what he told the fucking guy. He's gonna come back and shoot the 17-year-old. And it's like, no, but sir, this is just chainsaw. It's crazy, man. Those people have to put up with a lot of shit. I give them props,
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
How many times do they get hit,
Oh, dude.
It's like,
yeah. But like,
I don't know, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. Have you heard about like the haunted stuff at Disneyland at all? Like some of the ghost stories?
No, no, I'd love to. Tell me, please.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so there's, I guess like when the park was being tested, it's kind of like what we're talking about with Jurassic Park, where the dude supposedly.
I do know this. Not to cut you off, but I do know that people leave Ash.
Yeah,
in the haunted mansion. I know that part. But
I guess it was like it was one of the early versions of the ride, and this woman just she had a heart attack. Like she was so terrified, so petrified by like what she was seeing. Because you think about the 60s, like animatronics was brand new, dude. Like remember when we were kids and you saw Jurassic Park and Toy Story, anything like that was like fucking mind blowing. I remember seeing the T-1000 at 5 years old at a Fox Theater in West Covina. That shit blew my fucking mind. So imagine the 60s with these fucking robots. Yeah. And back in the day, like, dude, some of those, like the Hatbox Ghost, like some of the animatronics then were fucking terrifying. Like, in the Haunted Mansion, like they.
Yeah, you hear stories of people watching like the original King Kong, and they're like terrified. And now we look back and it's corny, but they had no reference for that. So it's fucking insane.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy. But are you familiar with the Hatbox Ghost at Haunted Mansion? That dude with the top hat. Yeah. So it's rad because he was like, they for a long time people didn't believe that he was real, like because he was only around for 6 months, I guess, originally when it opened, and they couldn't get that effect right. So they kind of waited until they could finally do the special effects correctly for the 60th or whatever. They finally brought him in, but there's crazy footage of him. Have you seen the pictures of the OG one? He looks fucking terrifying. Like the old one.
It's weird. I have a book on the whole Haunted Mansion, like the creation and everything, but I haven't looked at it in years. But I wonder if it's in there.
Oh yeah, probably. Like it's crazy because that's one thing that happens with anything creative. The two guys that were working on the Haunted Mansion were like bumping heads at what it should be. Like one dude was Mark Davis, who's like a big Disney. He was a Imagineer, but he was an animator. He was one of the 9 Old Men or whatever, one of Walt's homeboys, and he fucking was a genius. But he had a very lighthearted approach. And then the other guy, I forget his name. The other Imagineer wanted to be like actually scary. And so that early version of the ride where that chick had a heart attack, it had more of that guy's. I think it's Claude Coates, his name. It had more of his influence, and like it fucking terrified that woman to death. It's a trip. But that dude actually, if you look it up, the original Snow White in Florida, that ride, the guy that wanted to make it scary, Haunted Mansion, he had like free range. So the original Snow White in Florida is like so fucking scary, dude. The original ride over there. Like now it's like this badass ride where I think it's a mine cart. Have you seen that in Florida?
No. You know what's that reminds me of though is I know that there's some horror ride under the castle or something. I think it's like in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Is it? It's like.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Satan.
I don't remember, but that's like it's like a walkthrough tour. Yeah, it looks fucking crazy. Like you have to battle some dark force and shit.
Yeah,
and I know that they had like multiple storylines for the Haunted Mansion before they got to the widow or whatever the final thing is.
Yeah, it was all competing. Everyone had like a different idea. That's why it's kind of like there's all different elements, which I think makes it cool. It's like, you know, very like non sequitur. There's like a very thin storyline, but have you seen the one in Paris, the Haunted Mansion in France?
I'm sure. I've sat around and watched like the ride throughs and stuff on YouTube and shit. Yeah,
dude, that one's nuts. Vincent Price does the Phantom on the ride.
I love Vincent Price, dude. What a fucking American treasure, dude.
Oh yeah, seriously.
He's got a like his daughter. Somebody set up. He has an art museum at East LA College. You can go see like all the paintings that he owned and stuff. You know.
That's cool.
The Haunted Mansion's like one of my favorite rides like in the whole world. That not that I've been to other rides in other places, but Haunted Mansion. I love Indiana Jones. That's like one of my top fucking what else do I love, dude? Matterhorn at night is so fun because when you come out, you can see the lights all over the park and stuff. It's dope, man. There's so much cool shit there. I used to love the Little Mermaid. The submarine thing was pretty dope too.
Oh yeah, man. My aunt got claustrophobic on that shit because it's like really.
Oh yeah, my aunt too. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you get claustrophobic?
What's with ants and claustrophobia?
Oh shit, dude! There's actually a big like subreddit someone just told me about, but I think it's called like Submechanica or something. But it's people that are terrified of animatronics underwater. Like it like fucking shakes.
Dude, that makes sense, dude.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's fucking creepy. It's underwater. Yeah, but I don't know, man. There's a lot of interesting stuff with Disney. I know. The only ride that he actually built himself, or like the only attraction that he completely to a T did was Tom Sawyer Island. I just heard that was the only one that like no one else helped. He just fucking planned that out, which is probably where he would get like, you know, HJs or whatever he wanted to do in there. That's like I don't know if you've heard those stories. People on this podcast have told me plenty of stories, but like people talk about boning in there. I'm like, how the fuck? That's like the most populated. Like it's one of the most populated areas. There's all these kids playing. How the fuck do you do that, dude? I don't know what like you know magician does that shit. But yeah.
You want to go to Disney jail? I've heard that place is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Is that a real thing? Do you know any word on that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's totally real. Yeah. It's hilarious. We do a segment on it where we interview people in Disney jail and. You know, not real, but yeah, it's like just a room. They just like, you know, slap you on the wrist and yeah, but it's crazy, man. I think you know, the Downtown Disney opens tomorrow actually for the first time since the pandemic, and it's
bad idea, dude.
It's one of those things where like I don't want to see anything bad happen there. You know what I mean? Like it bums me out because it's a place like for like you said, like when you go in, there's like the smell. It's just like it's fucking happiness. Like I you know, I'd hate for anything, you know, like a 9/11 type thing or something to happen there. You know, like I wish like a 9/11 type thing would happen. At, like,
what the fuck?
I mean, like I wish that happened at like.
No, you don't wish it would happen anywhere. Stop.
Okay, maybe like guys that like run like dog fighting rings. You know. Maybe those guys deserve no one, no 9/11 type anything.
Oh, you want Goofy and Pluto to fight each other? You sick son of a bitch.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean to wish 9/11 on anybody in this podcast, but you know, some people are bastards,
dude. I agree. Like I've been really into escapist like stuff. I can't really watch anything that's like sad. If you know, why watch a movie to feel sad? I want to watch a movie to get away from those sort of things. And so but also Disneyland is almost escapist to this crazy emotional level that when I'm there I'm so full of emotion. Like I'll even get sad. Like I remember watching my mom like cry to like the fireworks show when they played When You Wish Upon a Star, and like now that song fucks me up, dude.
Oh,
If I hear it, it's like real hard.
Yeah.
And like, you know, it's just a crazy when you're leaving the park and there's all those people and you hear it, and it's like it's such a sensory overload. And also to this day, like the night before I go, I still can't sleep. It's like I'm so fucking excited, and I want to get up at fucking 8 and we're going, and like, you know,
Yeah.
I have a
Oh,
plan.
you're like a kid again, dude.
You know.
It's totally. I totally feel that same way. Like I don't know, because you've traveled now quite a bit with the show and stuff. But have you guys been like near like theme parks on the road and shit? Have you like passed by stuff?
Yeah, we've passed them. We passed one in like Ohio. We passed a couple like indoor water parks that are kind of trippy because like you'll see like a slide coming out of the building and then like back in or whatever.
Dude.
We passed a few. Never really have time to go to any of them. I haven't. You know, we got to go to like this koala preserve, but that's not really a theme park. But that was fucking tight, dude. Shout out to Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary.
Dude, what was the koala like? Are they like, everyone talks about how they're like nasty buggers and they, you know, they're like they sound like fucking nightmares when they talk, and they like can like kill people or something. But what was it like holding one? Was it fun?
I'll say this. My first thing was it smells really bad because apparently they shit like 60 times a day or something, and their poop smells like a mixture of shit and eucalyptus. And I know Tony like loves eucalyptus. He's like, this ruined it for me. Like I don't think he can like smell eucalyptus anymore. But so that whatever, blah blah blah. And like they're constantly shitting while the people are holding them to pass them over. And I know when they passed it to me, like mine had like shit on his butt, and I was like, can you guys like get rid of that or whatever? And she like flicked the shit off his ass and then handed it to me. And the first thing I noticed when I got him was the claws are fucking crazy. They're like super sharp, and they are extremely dense, dude. Like they're much heavier than you would. They hand it to you and you're like, oh fuck, like the muscle's very like dense.
Yeah,
so that's what I remember about them. Yeah,
Wow.
it was awesome though. What an experience, dude.
Yeah, dude. So that brings me to the next question, because of the traveling and stuff. Have you actually gone to like amusement park in another state or like country, or have you done anything like that? Like, I'm sure you've been to State Line. What, that roller coaster at State Line?
Oh, is that like the Nevada, like Whiskey Pete's or whatever?
Buffalo Bills.
Yeah. No, that shit looks great. When I was a kid, Buffalo Bill. I remember like passing by there, and like it looks ginormous. And then I think I saw it like a few years ago, and I was like, oh, it's big, but it wasn't like how I saw it as a kid. When I saw it as a kid, I was like, who the fuck would ever go on that? And then now I'm like, you know, no, I don't think so. I don't think I've ever been to a theme park in another state. Maybe ridden some rides, like maybe at like Circus or something. I don't really remember, but I don't think so.
Dude, well, like,
you know, the closest thing, I don't know. The Kmart in Burbank, sometimes they'll put out this Blue Angel simulator. I've been on that a few times.
That's awesome.
Oh, actually, in New York, when we were where were we, dude? I think we were in West Nyack in New York. Me, Tony, and Red Band got on this Jurassic Park at like a Dave and Buster's like simulator with like glasses where you sit in this thing, and it was pretty cool because they have like sensory stuff, like air will blow at you and shit like that. But that's it.
Yeah. No, that's cool, man. Dude, I think you would fucking love Disney World for sure. I mean, obviously, it's just.
Oh yeah, of
dude,
course, yeah.
Like when I was supposed to go when I was a kid, and I got chicken pox, and it totally fucked up the trip. But like years later, it was supposed to be with my grandma too, and my grandma, like, it's so crazy, but she passed away, and she was all about traveling and stuff. And when she passed away, like, I got a little bit of money, and I'm like, at the time I was really overworked, I was stressed. I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna fucking go to Disney World. Like, I was supposed to go with her anyways, and she would have probably loved that. And I went, and dude, every night I was like a little kid. Like, seriously, I was so fucking stoked. And they like play like MIDI versions or like symphonic versions of like Disney songs. So I'd like wake up with that shit on and just like, dude, I was so yoked on this shit, bro. It's seriously, it's crazy because it's like there's more Disneyland out there. You know what I mean? It's kind of a trip when you think about it. But
Yeah, I would love to see the ones like in Tokyo, Paris. I would love to go to Disney World. Let me ask you, if you don't mind saying, what did a trip like that cost you?
Well, it was me and a girlfriend at the time, and we were like, it was probably like little over $2,000. So, which is like,
Gotcha. Yeah.
which is pretty minimalist for like that trip actually. Like, but they have crazy things. I mean, now,
Yeah, for sure.
this is the nutty thing is the dangerous, stupid thing, but it's opening soon. Disney World is opening way too soon.
Of course,
so
Florida, right? Jesus.
Maybe we could go. We could go for $50, dude. If you want to get COVID and
no.
Yeah. But yeah.
Dude, I got a buddy in Jacksonville, and he was just saying they're acting like that shit ain't even happening right now. Everybody's just walking around like whatever, dude.
So crazy, man. Yeah, dude. Did you guys? When was the last show? Was like Ventura, right? The last live show.
I believe it was like March 12th or something like that. Let me see it on my computer right here. I'll while we talk, I'll look it up. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kill Tony Ventura. Oh man, what a crazy! It was a trip because we were at the Comedy Store this week, and it didn't really hit me like how long it's been that I've been there since I was actually inside the building and like seeing. It was really sweet too because like the people that I know there and stuff. It was really nice to like feel. Dude, I've wanted it my whole life to feel like that place was home, and like it was so nice to be there, and I was like, wow, like it's it's happened. Like, we're back home. It was nice to be like, we're back home. Mm-hmm. It felt good to say that. Let's see, Kill Tony Ventura. It says this was uploaded on the 26th, but I don't think that was the day. It must have been March 12th. Yeah, it was March 12th.
Dude.
So, and then the last time I did stand up was March 14th, and it's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, man. I remember that. So we were supposed to. I had like my first book show at like Ice House, and we're doing like a little tour to promote the like pods, like do like a Fuck Yeah Nation like promotional thing, do like footwork and just try to get it out there. And we did Brea, and it was like one of the best sets I've had. Like it was so, I was so elated, and all this shit happened. But it's been like, I think it's just adapting, and like, so there's silver linings to everything. And this podcast has been like a blessing just to have any sort of creative outlet, right now. And I think it's healthy for people to stay creative, whether putting anything out or not. And I'm sorry, I'm going to throw up. I'm like fucking tilting this phone crazy. But
no, you're good.
Yeah, dude, I don't know if you knew this, but I forgot to bring this up. Disneyland's railroad is powered by French fry oil.
No, I didn't know that. No.
Okay, I don't know why I struggled to say that so hard, but yes.
So it probably smells a certain way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
like
and
the combustion probably smells a little bit like French fries, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, dude. And then you can eat the plants in Tomorrowland, I guess. I don't know if you knew that, but
shut up.
Yeah.
No,
dude.
That's dope.
It's all edible. Yeah. Even though
Disneyland on a budget, dude.
I know. It smells like, I don't know if you've smelled that, but there's a certain spot in Tomorrowland, like under the People Mover, the desolate fucking track that just sits there. It smells like fucking death, dude. It is pretty gnarly smells over there, but it's like, it's home, dude. When I smell that, like, it smells like someone got your nose, like someone rubbed poo-poo on like a metal like pipe and just let it sit there for years and then just smacked you in the face. That's the smell I get, and it makes me feel like home. But
I've never noticed that. I'll be aware the next time.
Yeah, dude, and be sure to feed the feral cats too if you're there. You know about the cats, right? That live in Disneyland.
Oh yeah. Yes, I do know that. Yeah, there's like a couple hundred, and they take care of the rat problem and stuff, right? Because before they would come in the morning and see like dead rats in the Jungle Cruise water and stuff like that. I had a buddy that used to work as a Jungle Cruise operator back in the day. And I think he said like they used to like they would like jump in the water like in their underwear and stuff. This is like probably back in the day.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. Yeah, I tried to apply for that. I was like, oh, dude, you can just like riff and be a jokester, but It's a
Yeah,
crazy,
they let you do your own jokes. You would be
Yeah,
great
yeah.
at that, I think, dude.
Yeah, I'd love
That was
to.
my dream job as a kid, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, now The Rock took our jabs, dude. Man, but it's crazy, dude.
Oh, you know what? I got another cool one.
Yeah.
When they used to use the guns to shoot the animals, they would have like blank bullets like sitting on the front of the boat, and I took one of those when I was a little kid, and I had a blank bullet from the Jungle Cruise. I don't know what the fuck happened to it. It'd probably be worth some money now, but
Oh yeah.
idiot.
No, man, you got to hold on to that stuff. There's someone foaming at the mouth, like waiting for that stuff. It's like people.
Yeah.
Have you been to Frankensons in City of Industry? You heard about that place, like collectibles place? It's pretty dope. It's like a convention every week, basically. Like any sort of nerddom. Like they'll sell fucking swords, video games, comic books, and they've had conventions there too. Like they'll have like football players, old Dodgers or whatever. But they had one time they had Mike Tyson and Stan Lee at the same event, which is pretty funny. But
whoa,
yeah. But it's in City of Industry, and they have like a bunch of crazy rare like Disney shit, and it's kind of nuts because this is totally illegal. But they have like Disneyland employee uniforms because people are into that. Like people will buy cast member stuff. Like so
allegedly they have those things. We don't rat on this. We don't rat or mouse.
Yeah, not trying to incriminate Frankenstein's, but they did have bootlegs, dude. They had badass bootleg movies. Like this movie Orca, it was like a Jaws knockoff where like I think a dude gets his dick ripped off or something. It's not Jaws, but they'd sell that shit there and people buy that. And Captain EO, the Disneyland attraction, Michael Jackson, they had like the DVD of that shit. Do you remember?
They used to do a thing like that at the Shrine Auditorium, like every first Sunday of the month or something. It was the same thing. They would have like Vampiro was there, like the wrestler, and I met like a bunch of XPW guys, and like you could buy like bootleg, like fucking Sepultura live in fucking Brazil, like night.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So, what's like the craziest thing you've seen at a theme park? Like anyone get pantsed or like electrocuted or like a dad fight a bro or something?
I don't know, people puking.
Yeah,
I puked when I was a little kid one time at Disneyland, like right near the water, like into a trash can. But I have a memory of like sticking my head into this trash can and puking. The last time I went, there was a kid puking. I saw, so people get there, dude. I'm trying to think. What's like just the weed inside the rides was kind of trippy. Maybe I was just jealous that I didn't bring any that night. But trying to think, dude. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's we're there's so many things going on. It's hard to rack the brain with some of those moments. We've all seen crazy shit. One of the craziest things though I've ever seen was the lunar thing, the leap year day, where it was a 24-hour, and I just went for the spectacle of it. I didn't really plan to go on any rides, but I remember hearing that night that people were throwing shit at Madame Leota's, like the floating head in the Haunted Mansion. People were literally like just throwing shit at her, and then there was like talks of people being intoxicated, like people having sex or something, and like it was like a really debaucherous night at Disneyland. But I remember seeing some dude. It was like I think they had the Tron thing at the time, Electronica. It was like in California Adventure where you could get drinks and stuff. But I remember seeing a guy, and it was like I think 11 or almost midnight. It just felt like you felt something was. It's like when you're in Vegas and you see like the prostitutes come out. You see the vampires come out. It felt like that. Like it was like, oh, this does not seem like the Disneyland crowd. Like there's this dude that came out and he had like devil horns. I remember him just sticking out his tongue. He's like, he had like a tongue ring, and I just felt like shit was gonna go down, and it did. He probably used that tongue ring on one of those rides. I'm pretty sure.
Man, when I was a teenager, I went to Magic Mountain. My buddy, same time they thought we were like some gang or something, and I think we ended up hiding the pipe outside, like in the parking lot somewhere. And we went out at night, smoked weed, went back, got on Goliath. It was a full moon. the red glows in the dark. So I remember being stoned on Goliath, full moon. It was a pretty fun experience.
Dude, that's rad, man. I think soaring over California would be pretty dope to be like on some dope. That ride would probably be pretty sweet. Yeah, man. No,
yeah. I bet. I've never been on it. I would like to.
Soaring over California, you didn't go on that ride?
For a long time, I hated California Adventure. I thought it was like a bootleg ass.
So you were saying you're not a big fan of the DCA?
Oh, what's that? Downtown Disney?
No,
California Adventure. I am now though. The last time I went, the last time I was at Disneyland, I ended up there like when it got dark, and I had some drinks, and then it just changed everything for me. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I should like next time I'm gonna try to like hop back and forth. So.
Oh yeah, dude, it's crazy. Like, cause I remember when California Adventure opened, word on the street was it was diarrhea, and it was a weird thing because it was like, I guess when they opened California Adventure, they had money. They're doing two parks at once. It was Tokyo, their second gate. What's it called? Tokyo Disneysea. Which I don't know if you saw that Imagineer documentary. It's like
I haven't finished it, so I gotta watch
it. It is so impressive. Like that is probably one of the most beautiful theme parks like ever. It's so crazy. It's all like all the lands are like they're port of shores, So like there's New York, like Tower of Terror is like New York themed.
Cool.
Yeah, it's so rad. And there's like a steampunk like land where it's all like H.G. Wells and Jules Verne. So there's like the Journey to the Center of the Earth and stuff. Right.
I'm pretty bummed that I never got to go on the Tower of Terror because I'm like a diehard Twilight Zone guy, but I was too scared. I like shit that dropped.
Dude, yeah, that ride is so crazy. The most impressive thing for me is like the Rod Serling impersonator. He's fucking spot on, dude. It's crazy.
Cool.
But no, like California Adventure, like I don't know. For a while, it was kind of like what Rubio's is to Mexican food. You know what I mean? It's just watered down fucking bullshit. Like it's so. I don't know. Like I went for like a preview with my family when it first opened, and I remember like they had it looked kind of like a postcard, like when with the California letters and the Golden Gate Bridge. But remember they had some goofy ideas. I don't know, the early thousands were so like music was retarded. No offense to music. There was just a fucking terrible aesthetic during that time, But like there was like I remember this guy on stilts and he's like doing this thing. I think like new metal might have been playing or Beach Boys new metal. I don't know what was going on. It was like Fred Durst.
A Korn cover of Good Vibration.
Yeah, Good Vibration. Yeah, so he was like doing some thing at me, and I remember I was all like mesmerized by this guy on the stilts, and I ran into my cousin's butt cheeks, like she was bending over to tie her shoes, and I became a man that day.
Accidentally, accidentally ran it.
I was waiting for that, man. No,
that's that we know how you people do.
No, I remember I was blushing, man, and I blame that pervert on the stilts, dude. He made me do it to this day.
That's right.
I blame him for everything. No, but
well, I think we made it this far, this many chat rooms without you dropping the R word, and finally you did.
Oh man, I know. Fuck. My bad.
You know what's funny? I've been no. Dude, I know where your heart is. I think it's funny. Christina P and Tom Segura have been using the word TikTok instead of that. They've been like, look at these TikToks over there.
Dude,
so I've been trying to fuck it.
I should know better. I spent time as an aide for severely handicapped people.
Well, then I think you paid your dues, man. It's time to.
But dude, I know. I could say it, bro. I know one. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah.
No. But I had I was gonna say one thing. Oh, dude. So we're talking about like California Adventure when it first opened. Do you remember Superstar Limousine? Did you ever go on that abortion of a ride?
No. Was that it was a ride there? It was like a roller coaster?
Yeah. No. It was an opening day ride at California Adventure, and they rushed the shit out of it. It was supposed to be like where the paparazzi's chasing you and you're the next star. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it's awful. No, that sounds fucking ridiculous.
Dude, like think of like all the amazing rides that they have, all the imagination that went into all those old rides. But yeah, you're gonna be a star, baby. And it's all rubber face. Like you remember that Genesis video where everyone looks like fucked up puppets? Where it's like the land.
No.
Yeah, they're creepy puppets. They're disturbing puppets. You go in there, and it's like Joan Rivers, but her face is like flopping around. Like it looked creepier than Joan Rivers. It was just like, hey guys, and it was so disturbing. And I remember my dad and my mom, and I wanted to like it. It's like, you know, when you get like an album that you're like forcing yourself to like this is good. It was totally that feeling. I'm like, no, guys, it was fun seeing Rubberface, Regis Philbin. But so that ride lasted less than a year. It was such a disappointment. You should look it up, dude. It's so creepy.
I'm gonna. That's fucking
So like Monsters Inc.
crazy. It also just seems like that I try to get away from shit like that, you know. But I guess people from other states want to be.
It's just total bull poop. But they had all these animatronics on it, like Regis Philbin and Drew Carey. It was the ABC stars at the time. But they like used those robots on the Monsters Inc. ride. Like, you know, have you been on that one? Okay.
No, but I've seen video of it. Looks dope, though.
Dude, it's so rad. Yeah, but like underneath those, like the like hazmat squad, it's like Regis Philbin, but I guess they're like deteriorated. So if you pull off those like those suits, they probably look creepy as fuck. It's like
it's just all
yeah. They look TikToked. You know what I'm saying? No.
Latex doesn't age well. Like there's people that collect like old school like latex masks, and there's just no real way to preserve them for a long time. It just deteriorates as time goes on. So like, you know, it's just hard to hold on to that stuff. The shit gets, you know, TikTok for sure.
Yeah, dude. Well,
latex,
dude. No, you know, you're talking about Six Flags. I just wanted to. I remembered. I was like molested on that ride by the ride itself. I did. Yeah, really? Dude. I like one time I went with friends and I thought it was hilarious because there's these German guys in line. And they were like they're like loving the techno. Remember the techno music that would play all the time?
Yeah. Yeah,
that whatever that.
Because we got to get pumped to ride this roller coaster, dude. Like we got to be in the extreme mindset, dude.
Yeah, but it was like the same 10 seconds of whatever 90s techno song this was. They're like dun, 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 dun. But there's these guys that, you know, look like me. But like twink versions of me, and they're just like going like into it. And I remember my friends and I, we were like stupid, like, you know, want to be like punk rock kids, so we thought it was hilarious that these German guys were getting off to the techno music. But I got my karma, dude. I thought they were funny, but I got like, I don't know if you remember Riddler's Revenge, but it locks you in place. Like there's a certain point where you're like, yeah. So I was tying my shoe. And yeah, dude, the pole was like in my butt. I had to pull up my ass that whole ride. It was so horrible. And, you know, to this day, that song plays in my head.
Have you ever been on a ride where the thing clicks, but it's not like fully secure, and then you go and you're like, oh fuck, like,
dude,
it's a little bit too loose on you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm a big dude, so I feel bad when people are like next
to you.
Yeah.
I've been there, dude.
Park, dude. I don't want anyone to fly into his mouth. You know, I freaks me out, man. But dude, so
there was before we finished, there was this kid in my neighborhood that everybody knew was like a liar, like crazy liar, and he said we used to joke that like making fun of him, like when he got on the ride Superman, that he was saying he gave Superman a high five. And whatever. All right.
That's hilarious, dude. We all know that guy, that person. Like, there was a girl I grew up with in this neighborhood, in this apartment complex. She met everybody. She knew everybody, and she claimed to have Jurassic Park 3 on VHS, but this was way before the third one. We're like, no,
that's hilarious.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I don't know. She's got the hookup, but dude, I wanted to tell you one more crazy factoid about one of your favorite rides. I just remembered this. But I have this book. It's pretty gnarly. I don't know how to flip this shit, but it's like all the poster artworks from like Disneyland.
Oh, dope! I love that stuff, man.
Yeah,
I love that stuff.
So like the Indiana Jones Temple of Forbidden Eye. They have like Harrison Ford is Indiana Jones, but I guess when Lucas films like the deal with like Disney is like they didn't have the rights to Harrison Ford's face, which is so weird. Yeah, but so the guy who did the poster art for it was like, dude, people are gonna think I suck if I can't draw Harrison Ford's face. And so I guess he somehow got Harrison Ford's number and he hit him up and he's like, hey, can I just draw your face? And he's like, I mean, that's what they're paying. Yeah, do it. Like, he just fucking gave him a green light.
Cool.
Harrison Ford's face. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But
is that story in that book?
Yeah, it's in that book. There's like a lot of really.
What's the book called?
It's called Poster Art of the Disney Parks. So cool. Dude, it's pretty rad. It's seen its day in the around the.
Damn, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, it's pretty gnarly. I guess that's why if you notice on that ride, like Harrison Ford looks like rat face Rick Moranis. You know,
he's
like,
a little different. Yeah.
He looks TikTok. Like he definitely does. Like he's got I don't know. I love that part always. Like the tourists, and it just looks really shitty.
For sure.
Dude, thanks for doing the podcast, man. I didn't, you rolled through our first video podcast with flying.
I'm glad we did it, man.
Yeah, heck yeah, dude. Well,
yeah, I really wanted to just do this to talk to you for a little while because you're like, I really like you. It was like we don't really sit down and talk very long, but why not do it on camera?
I know, right, dude? That's the way we do it these days. No, I appreciate that, man. You too. It's weird. I feel like there's a kinship, like. I don't. We obviously have a mutual friend and mutual friends probably, but it's like it's one of those things where I feel like I could have like went to a punk show with you or like skated with you or like knew you back in the day. It's cool, man, for sure. And this will be dropping hopefully before the asteroid hits or whatever the fuck is next for us. But no, we're going.
Let's hope that doesn't happen.
No, man. Yeah, no, for sure, dude. Well. I appreciate it, man. It was cool. When this shit calms down, we're gonna go to Scandia. We're gonna ride that ride.
Oh, I would love that. Yeah, let's do that,
dude. Look, totally, man. Well, have a magical afternoon, my friend, and man, stay cool.
Hell yeah, you too, man. I might get into that Imagineer documentary soon.
Oh, dude, yeah, finish that shit, dude. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, man.
All right, dude.
All right.
Peace, man. Have a good one. Later.
Shit. Oh yeah. All right, Joel. I'm sorry. No, this shit.
No, you're good. Yeah.
All right, man.
Do we just leave? You're done recording? Yeah.
Man, hope you guys enjoyed that interview with me and Joel. I know I did. You can check out Joel on his own podcast, Mostly Sorry. And, of course, Kill Tony. We're going to play out with something special. A song by Joel's old band, One Against One. So enjoy the song, Headache. Can I get an oh yeah from Frankie Estrella?